Hi guys, I'm Jiaoying Summers. Welcome back to Tiger MILF Podcast.
I feel like in your comedy, that's kind of what you do, right? You call people out. You see, you're very good at seeing soft spots.
Yeah.
and
I think I'm a hawk. I'm a snake. I'm like a predator. When I see weakness, I know it.
Right. And but you make fun of it, and it's a way of getting people to look at themselves, right?
I think so. I think they need some Chinese tough love, but not much, not as much. They need 10% of the toughness.
I was going to say, if you were actually doing tough love, I wouldn't want to be the object of it.
Yes.
It wouldn't be funny.
I think so.
It would not be funny. But you have found a way to make it funny.
I think
and think about the other thing about humor, in addition to coming from a place of pain, is it has to be a truth. You have to expose a truth.
Yeah.
And that's what you're able to do, right? That's what that hawk vision is able to let you do.
I think because I'm willing to rip myself open so people can see exactly what I'm about. I don't want to be in a higher ground to judge people. People know that well. Because I think I'm the only person talk about being a dumpster baby. Things like that, being people not wanted. My father
you talk about a lot of things that a lot of people don't talk about, and you make it funny. And so that's why we can hear the truth. The funny makes it digestible, right?
Yes. I also feel like I expose American people to the Chinese savage tough love.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the solution.
Well, but I think you should do more of that because we are not used to channeling our pain in productive ways.
I think I'm good at it, and I wanted to expose them to the tough love that I don't want them to do what I do, but they can also see what other people are suffering. So when you are lazy, you don't want to walk, you should walk first. You should take a walk every morning first, before and after a meal, and before you take any medication. I just think that's what if somebody who is just I know well, like somebody who I know just had a baby, who is gaining like 150 pounds. And she told me, she said, I was sad too. I said, you have to walk before you get up. After you get up, before you eat. After you eat, you just have to walk. Just walk 1 minute, 2 minutes.
It's, my former or current partner, Adam Carolla, always says that the world is sort of the United States that kind of separated into what he calls safe spaces and octagons. So a lot of us are taking cold plunges and saunas and walking, and the rest are just sort of drifting and taking medication.
Yes. I just, I know I'm not popular with some of my friends, but they know what I mean. I'm like, this is hard. Having a child is very difficult. If you are not, you can't get out from the couch and walk, it's going to go downhill from here. If you are not gonna do that. I'm not saying how much weight you gain. You have to do this for yourself. Because it's gonna the pills. If you never were depressed, now you are depressed. We do that first. If you after you walk, after you take care of yourself, you eat healthy, you still are depressed, take the pills. But do that first. Did
you see that what you're talking about in Americans as soon as you got here, or is it something that you came to?
When I got here, I had this lady who was she was just like in my class. I think she's 300 pounds. She's my height. And we were going to this little spring break, little picnic together by the Red River Gorge, whatever that was. So we were driving, and then on the way we were driving together, she said she's so thirsty. So there's the McDonald's. So I bought water, and ice water. She got Coke and cheese broccoli soup. So she drinks the Coke, it's sugar, everything.
Sugar Coke, yeah.
And then she was drinking the soup. And then she said, I'm still thirsty. I said, you should have water. She's like, no, I don't drink water.
Why?
I said, why? She goes, it tastes disgusting. So that was the first time I heard people don't drink water.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to be rude. But I've never heard that before. Tastes disgusting. There's people don't have safe water to drink.
You should. Do you write down all your thoughts about sort of the weaknesses that you come across in
I should write down that
because I see flashes of it in your comedy coming out, but I feel like you ought to be systematic with it.
Yeah,
it would do us all some good.
I think so. I should. That's weakness. That's just the if she was my kid, she's not allowed to touch Coke. If she drink Coke, I'm gonna slap the shit out of her. It's
Be
not
careful
legal.
with that.
It's not legal. So
Be
I can't
careful with
do
that.
this.
We've talked about what that does to kids.
No legal. No hitting children because that's make them becoming me.
Dissociate. That's right.
Yeah, I will do whatever it takes to make sure my daughter don't feel like how I feel.
Okay, good.
Because she doesn't deserve to feel like what I feel.
But be careful. It's inevitable that some of it gets through. Just the way it works. Kids feel what their parents feel, and then they feel responsible for it.
That's So I was shocked, and then
you dismissed what I just said.
Yeah.
Why?
I think because whenever something make me feel
uncomfortable,
I just
move past it.
I move past it.
So
I can't hit my children.
So it's okay that your kids feel your pain, but you have to be careful with it because they'll feel somehow they're responsible somehow.
So then they can feel guilty about it.
Guilty or wanting to parent you, which is not good for kids because they need the parent, that kind of stuff. You just got to watch out for it. That's all.
Yeah.
And you have to be aware of it. If you dismiss it, it'll get you. It'll
I have
happen.
to be aware of it. I don't want them to be like me.
And by the way, sitting with, did you have a therapist?
I have a therapist. I had a therapist since last year. That's the first time in my life.
Does she is it he or she?
It's just she.
Does she sit and
with Zoom meeting? But
Zoom. You can't really do what we're doing right now through Zoom.
Yeah, I should go to her office.
Yeah, because do you get into this heavy material?
Heavy, but not like this.
You need a lot of this, and there's a lot of it that you still you just
I still try to hide.
What?
I still try to hide from it.
Not just hide from it. You cut it off.
I cut it off.
Yeah, and you have to let it come out and process it. And that kind
it's
of
like
stuff.
why I resist going to the gym to work out. I don't want to go because I'm afraid if I go to the gym, I work out every day, and I'm still a piece of shit. That means there's nothing I can do to save my life.